Welcome to Coffee and Cleavage.
Welcome, everyone.
Cheers.
Woo.
Happy. Oh, there goes my straw.
What a perfect intro. Happy. Oh, fuck. There goes the straw. Now you're going to wish you didn't give me yours.
It's okay.
I'm Shantal.
And I'm Lynnie.
And with us is Gary.
Hey, ladies. How you doing?
We are good. We're excited because today is our 4-year anniversary.
Hence why I was trying to say happy anniversary, Coffee and Cleavage.
It was perfect.
That is a lot of
Wow.
episodes.
4
is.
years.
It is a lot of episodes. It's a lot of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just thinking how many times we've recorded, how many episodes, how many sleepless nights.
Oh, I know. All the different stages that we've done, from our Airbnbs and our dongles and
Pure
fucking-
spaces, hotels,
Yeah.
learning how to edit and trying to learn how to edit.
Hey, it only took you 4 years to get a sign, too.
Yes. Yes. And the sign, it only took this long. It also took,
Yeah.
about 3.7 years to get these cups.
You guys are just slow going, but it always
slow.
turns out good.
Consistency.
Yeah.
Slow but consistent.
We've upped our game, I'd say.
We have.
Yeah.
It's taken a while, but I do love the sign.
I know, I do too.
It's pretty sweet.
It's cute.
It
Like
is.
Signature background.
Absolutely. And there's a lot of black coffee in my cup today.
I'm picking my straw off the floor. I don't care.
Fuck it. Just blow on it. Nope, she just stuck it in.
Stuck it in.
Sorry, I'm horrible. Well, today we are going to dive into some fan-submitted questions. These are awesome.
Yes.
I feel like we've been getting so many good ones and good stories. So good. So I guess we'll just dive in.
Yes.
You want to read the first one?
Sure. All right. So, a fan submitted, I was talking to a girl and I was into her, but I couldn't tell if she was fully into me. We would text, but I couldn't get to that point where I was like, damn, she's into me. How do I figure out if she's into me like that and not just a friend? We even hooked up once, but I still couldn't really fully tell if she was into me.
Damn. That's tough. She hooked up with him and he still didn't feel like she was into him. So was she treating him like a booty call?
I know, huh?
She's trying to get some, but like not catch any feelings.
I feel like it can be tough because some people, just how they are, maybe they're not overly expressive or maybe they're not, I don't know, maybe they're kind of, it sounds like this is newer too. Maybe they're kind of standoffish at first,
Yeah.
you know?
And I wonder how soon they were talking before they got intimate too. Because I feel like a lot of people assume that because you're physical that there's going to be intimacy or there's going to be connection. And I feel like when you have sex really soon when you're dating, how do you have that?
Yeah.
So it's going to feel like it's kind of missing something. Like, what, do they actually like me? Like, did they like that?
Yeah.
You know? So I don't know. It could be so many things.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you are talking to someone and dating and sleeping together, you should be able to tell if they're into you.
I mean, I would think so, especially if it feels one-sided, then maybe not. But if, they're taking an interest in actually asking you questions to get to know you, or they're making an effort to text you first, or,
But if she's just not doing any of those things, then I feel like, okay, well,
I think you're like on the back burner almost.
Yeah.
Where you're just.
that's
like
why I
an
said a
option.
kind of a booty call type scenario where it's like
But
she's
what if you're
just
not
using you
hooking
to
up
hook
all
up.
the time, though?
Yeah.
And you're just.
Well, then that's kind of like a.
Because you only hear where. I mean, most of the time you hear where the girl is going after the guy, but the guy, I mean, if the guy's really into the girl and it's kind of turned around like that, I'm just thinking, I don't really know where I was going with that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I kind of get what you're trying to say. But it's like like a friend. What's the word that I'm looking for?
Like a friend with benefits?
Like a friend with benefits. Is that how she's kind of treating this? Like, that's why he's not sure. Like,
Is she like me as a friend?
as a
or-
friend? Yeah, it's like she's sleeping with me and we're talking, but she doesn't seem that into me. So am I like friend zoned booty call?
Mhm.
You would think guys would be fine with that though, just being like, hey, I'll be like the booty call, whatever. But some guys actually really do like want the relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think assuming that all men just want a booty call is probably pretty incorrect. A lot like deeply want a connection or a relationship or a girlfriend or more.
Yeah. I feel like you know when someone is into you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, clearly he doesn't know if this girl's into him, so maybe she's not.
Maybe she's not.
Because you would know by body language, you know.
And how often they're, like you said, how often she's texting him
Yes.
or wanting to hang out or wanting to do
Yeah.
things, or you only seen her once every couple weeks. Well,
Yeah.
then maybe she's really not that into you and you're convenient.
Have you guys
know,
ever
that
had that?
sucks.
Like, I was just going to say that, like, where someone's like, you like them, but they're just like convenient, but you don't really want to be with them.
No, I've never had that.
I mean, I guess I've
I mean,
kind of. I mean, like where somebody was like really into me and I'm like, yeah, like I could, I could like them, and date and stuff, but then I don't really want like anything more.
yeah.
So I guess I've been in that situation before, in a sense. They're
Do you
just
think
like,
it's like leading a person on, doing that in a way?
if you're not upfront about it, yeah. Which it sounds
Yeah.
like she's not being upfront about it.
Yeah.
Where she's not being like, I'm not, because it's different. If she says, I'm not looking for a relationship, like, I'm just essentially looking to go out or have fun. Everybody has different levels of commitment that they're willing to give. So I feel like it would be different if she was saying that.
Yeah.
And then he was like, oh, I don't know, she's not into me. I don't think he'd be wondering that. I think he would know what it was. Like, oh, okay.
Definitely.
Well, we're just hanging out and spending time and having fun together, but she's not looking for a relationship. So he wouldn't be feeling maybe so insecure.
So what do you do if you're the guy? Just deal with it or walk away?
I think you ask her.
Yeah. If you get to that point where you don't know, just have that talk.
Yeah. And seeing if this is going somewhere or if it's not. And then you can decide, do you want to continue this just like for fun, or are you looking for something more serious? Definitely.
Yeah.
Good question.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
Okay, this is another one. I have been cheated on a few times, and I feel it has really affected me. I kind of feel like I'm very suspicious if a woman is on her phone or going out, and I almost become obsessive over it. I know this might drive a woman to actually cheat, but do you guys think that being overly possessive or controlling has driven the women in my life to cheat?
Oh,
Ooh.
wow.
I mean, I definitely know a lot of men that I feel like fit into this, that deal with this, that they feel very suspicious of women. Maybe they've been cheated on before.
Like
so,
this person.
yeah,
He's been
when-
cheated on a few times. So your insecurity is just kind of,
Yeah,
you know?
that's a rough place to be, and it can make you crazy, crazy, obsessive, controlling, suspicious.
yeah.
Because you think that somebody's going to do the same thing that somebody else already did to you.
Don't you think that's the worst thing to do, though? Bring your past into your current?
Yes.
Where
Definitely.
you've been cheated on, so it's like, where are you going? What are you doing? When are you going to be back? It's like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
just crazy like that. But I mean, I understand guys and girls have that happen. Because I know guys and girls that are so controlling and just like checking phones and shit. And I could not deal with that.
Yeah.
I think it means that you've not healed from being cheated on and you're maybe in a relationship too soon, because I do feel like you should be able to like separate that. You know,
Yeah.
I understand when you get cheated on a ton of times and you
It's
feel
happening
like
a ton of times. You're picking the wrong people.
Well, it's like, it's either the wrong people or you're doing something to
Yeah.
drive them to do that. Because a ton of times, I mean, what the
Yeah.
fuck? Like, that's not normal.
And I think being possessive and controlling is never a good trait. And that's not necessarily going to drive someone to cheat. But I think that's just those are fucking terrible traits to have. Being
Yeah.
possessive and controlling.
Yeah.
No one wants to be with that.
And then I think, I don't know if I would say it's like your fault that somebody cheated on you, but if you're kind of harboring this environment where you're suspicious and you're checking their phone and you're controlling who they hang out with and where they go and what they do and what they say, I don't know. I think that may contribute to somebody feeling alone in the relationship and going and trying to seek that validation from somebody else outside of the relationship.
I
So
100% think it makes people
yeah,
cheat.
it
in a
just
way.
drives you away.
It's like you
know?
weren't going
Yeah.
to, but now that you're like on my ass all the time, now it's probably gonna happen.
It's kind of, isn't that funny? It's kind of like a psychology. Like when you tell somebody not to do something and then they do it, it's
Mhm.
just like you don't even know why.
Yeah.
It's like you weren't
Yeah.
even actually planning it, but it's like, it's so strange.
I know.
So, I mean, he asked if we thought that the possessive and controlling, I would say it contributes to it. Yes. And do some healing, whatever that looks like for you. Men hate it when I say get therapy, but fucking get therapy.
Well,
If you're still
yeah.
hung up on being cheated on.
Yeah.
Well, have you? So I don't remember. Have you guys been cheated on before?
Yeah.
No.
So after you were cheated on, did you stay with the person, or did you move on and you didn't date them anymore?
I've had two different experiences. One where I stayed and one where I left, when I was cheated on.
So after you got cheated on, did that change? I mean, how you kind of felt and looked at
Yeah.
guys? Like, where are you going now?
Mm, No, I
Like
don't
if
feel
they
like it
were
did
like
that for
on
me.
their phone, and you were like, say you're talking to them, and they like put their phone like face down.
Face down.
You're like, why are you doing that?
I feel like it didn't make me like crazy in that sense, but I understand how it could make someone crazy like that. For me, mine was like more situational, and I was like, okay, well, that's done.
Mm.
And then the other time was felt like I was more invested in the relationship, and I was like, okay, like where do we go from here? Like, how do we get past this type of scenario? So it was like completely different experiences, but it made me very not trustworthy. I didn't trust anybody for sure, but it just didn't make me like compulsive. Like, where are you
Yeah.
going? What are you doing? Like, I've never been that type of person. So
Yeah.
I feel like that wouldn't come out in me, but I get it, you know?
Yeah. Looking at the phone tracker.
You're
Where-
fucked nowadays.
I know. You're
Like air tagging
yeah.
people shit.
Oh,
Like, where you going? Don't worry, I'll know where you're going. 'Cause I can just air tag in your
that's
car.
so crazy.
No.
I would literally never do that. The only time I've ever used that is like if I have a family member who's like traveling and like driving a long distance and I just want to see where they are without asking them where they are or something. You know, just temporarily share your location while you're driving or something.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, now you could just share your location, and if the person ever turns it off, you're like, why the fuck did you do that? I mean, there's no reason to ever turn your location off if you're like with your significant other. If you're just like, yeah, I'm just gonna turn this off. It's like, doesn't it send them a notification too?
Yeah, it does.
It's
It
like,
does.
you're
It says
fucked.
it says it in the message. It'll say like stopped sharing location with the time.
Awkward.
Cheating just sounds like it's so fucking hard now.
How do
Like,
these motherfuckers do it?
They find a way and they fucking make it work.
It's nuts when you hear about like these men, and I know women do it too, but I'm just saying men definitely get
Burner
like the most
phones.
press. Yeah, burner phones. Like they have entire families in different countries.
you
Like
gotta be
what
kind of
the
naive
fuck?
though, in a way, to be like, oh, hey, you were just out again. Okay, like, and there's just like you kind of are thinking something, but you're just like, whatever. Like,
Yeah, a lot of people
Yeah.
are oblivious because they choose to be so.
Mm.
You know, they don't want to know.
Yeah. Well. Okay, so I have been talking to this girl that is long distance for a bit, and we still haven't met in person. Things have got pretty hot and heavy on the phone and FaceTime, but I almost feel like the buildup for us to meet and finally have sex is huge. I don't want to be overly excited and ruin the moment. Do you think it's a good idea to just go right for sex when we first meet in person and maybe fool around? Or would that be a deal breaker for you guys if you talk to someone for weeks and weeks and when you finally meet, it was quick in bed?
So he's talking about like not lasting very long on the first session because of all the excitement, essentially.
Yeah. Would it be a deal breaker for you guys if you talked to someone for weeks and weeks and then you finally met and he was quick in bed?
I don't know. Deal
I mean,
breaker.
That's not a deal breaker.
No.
I mean, that's kind of like the first time you have sex and you've been talking for weeks and weeks, the excitement. I mean, if that happens, then
Yeah.
you
I
can
mean,
just
I
have
don't
sex again.
have sex again tomorrow morning after my recovery period.
Yeah.
Retractory period.
I need 12 hours.
That's
Depending
not a deal
on the age.
breaker.
I don't think it's a deal breaker. I also don't think it's necessarily expected that you have sex right away. I do
Yeah.
think it's okay to just see what happens, like not have an expectation, you know?
Yeah.
Not necessarily that you have to or that you can't, just see what happens.
See what happens.
You
If you
know?
end up there, you end up there.
Yeah, and if you just end up fooling around and that's great, then, you know, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think it puts all the pressure on the guy though, because it's so much build up. You're talking back and forth, and then you get there, and it's like, oh fuck, we've been and like sending pictures and videos and stuff, and you're like, you want this to be like so amazing, and if it's not, it's like, does that fucking ruin everything, or is it like, hey, I mean, like, it happens, you know, like.
I mean, I think that like don't be in a rush.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
I think it's mostly just like in this guy's head that it's going to be quick.
Like we've said before, if you come too fast, go down on her.
Yeah.
There you go.
Touche.
Yeah. Just
And
make
just-
sure she's taken care of. You're all
and-
good.
And definitely spend a lot of time on foreplay and fooling around. Like you don't have to rush to sex as like a main event. It doesn't even have to be part of the event.
Yeah.
It could just be about the experience and pleasure and just enjoying the time that you're connecting with the person. If
Yeah.
there's this much anticipation.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. Here's another submitted question / story. I feel I'm very nice and a gentleman to women, but I don't feel like it's getting me anywhere. Wow, I hear this one a lot. I know you guys always say to be a gentleman and nice, but do you think it ever comes off as being fake or women take it that way? I just can't seem to get a girl to see me the way I want them to. Do you think it's true that guys that are assholes get more women? It just seems like that to me. I feel like we get this a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely one we haven't really addressed head on, but that a lot of men seem to chime in on this one.
Personal opinion, I don't think there's anything fucking wrong with being a true gentleman. I'm all
Yeah.
for that. I mean, maybe I'm old school, but I'm all for that.
Yeah. I don't see how there would be anything wrong with it.
Right?
What I think that there's something wrong with is that by treating women like shit, you know, the idea that you can treat women like shit and get more women just seems, one, just stupid as fuck.
Yeah.
You know, like that should never be any man's goal. Like, let me make myself lesser if you're not already an asshole, and you purposely act like an asshole with the intent to attract women. That just seems very off base. You're not being authentic to yourself. You're mistreating women. You know, you're essentially playing into the like misogynistic male game play, you know, like, oh, just treat a woman like shit and she'll want to fuck me. It's like, oh my God, you know?
Yeah.
You know, and if there are women who are attracted to quote unquote bad boys, which a lot of women will say,
Yeah.
oh, I like bad boys, you know, but that doesn't mean they want to be treated like shit.
Yeah, it doesn't mean they're like into guys beating them or whatever.
It's just,
I get what he's saying though. Like, I think it's more of the guys that are assholes. Maybe the ones that play a little hard to get. So some women like the
Yeah.
challenge, you know. But
Because I think, I mean, he's probably looking at like most guys that are super nice get kind of like boring and friend zoned. So it's like, you're super nice. I want this guy over here who's kind of more like,
daring,
kind of like a
risk taker.
yeah, like he's kind of a dick, but she's going to pick him. I think a lot of guys see that. They're going to pick him over the guy that's like nice and kind of boring and safe. And it's just, I mean, it sucks, but that's
I'm stuck though, because it's like, okay, if you feel like you're boring, then add some more levels, add some more layers to yourself authentically. What are some things that you're interested in? What are some things that you want to do, or maybe some things outside of your comfort zone that you want to try? And authentically, just to improve your own life, you know, and that's always appealing. Or a hobby or an interest that stands out to you that somebody might not know, and like kind of just playing on that. Like, you know,
Yeah.
you kind of have to be your own hype person.
Yeah.
I don't think that you should change who you are to attract somebody, you know,
Yeah.
but I do think that there's nothing wrong with like self-improvement.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't think it's like acting like a dick, or, you know,
No.
pretending like you're not into a girl just to make her want
It's not
you.
impressive.
You know, personally, I'm turned off by that. I'm not
Yeah.
into guys that are dicks.
Fuck no.
Have you guys dated guys that were dicks though?
No.
Yeah.
She's like,
See, you have it.
Yeah, I have. Ugh.
I mean, guys that could act
I don't know
like
why.
dicks, but not like saying that they were dicks to me to like
Yeah.
get like they ended up being dicks, or there was things about them that I didn't like,
Yeah.
but not like they came at me with like, you know, being an asshole and that like turned me on or something. Not that experience.
Yeah.
I've had guys try and I'm just like, nice. Yep. Nice to meet you. Carry on.
Yeah.
And the cockiness and the assurance that like they feel so certain that you're going to be into them based on their behavior is kind of mind-blowing to me.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
You know, I'm just like,
Yeah.
Well, I think some guys think, okay, like you guys are beautiful and everything, so they're like, let's go with this different. I'm gonna be like treat her like shit, and like she'll come after me because every guy is super like you're so gorgeous. So it's like, you know, I mean,
I'm going to be different.
yeah, it's like I'm gonna like not even say they're beautiful. I'm gonna just be like, you're not that. You're not really anything. So I mean, and that's a weird fucking thing to do, I think, but I think it works sometimes, honestly.
Yeah, maybe it works on women who are still like, I don't mean to say this to sound judgmental, but like women who still need to work on themselves. So I feel like the men who are successful at this are kind of exploiting something in someone's personality that's like a little bit weak at the moment.
Yeah.
You know, they're working on their own stuff. They don't know what they're looking for. And they're just like, oh, someone treated me like shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go with that.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So I guess the takeaway from that to that fan is just that, you know, don't be an asshole. Like, yes,
Don't
be a
change who you
gentleman.
are.
Don't change who you are, but it's
Yeah.
okay to add more things about yourself, or like explore other parts of yourself that a woman might be interested in that
Yeah.
that you're not don't typically share with them. Because I feel like people have like all these passions and hobbies and stuff, and a lot of people either like don't explore them or don't express them or share them. So
Yep.
I know you say like don't change yourself or anything, but what if you're like 30 and you're just like nice and you've never had a girlfriend, or just you've never had any luck with girls? Like, I mean, what are you supposed to like? You just how do you change that?
Move. Find better people. I don't know.
I mean, it does. I do think that there is something to be said about like the people that you surround yourself.
Yes.
What you consume, what you listen to, what you read, like. So, and again, I'm not saying like, oh, go be this completely different person, but like kind of self-discovery. Who do you want to be?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and kind of using yourself as a base and kind of,
Get out there, network more. And
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
because I do
So
think
be
that,
more open-minded, pretty much.
yeah.
yeah.
Yes,
Mhm.
absolutely.
Yep. I've been talking to this. I have been talking to this guy who I like, but I feel like he kind of is just stringing me along. We have only gone on a few dates, but I kind of feel like I'm a booty call. Should I just walk away or kind of pull back and see if he decides I'm serious and not just a booty call? Have you ever been in a situation, and if so, what did you do?
This kind of ties into the other one.
Mm-hmm.
I personally haven't been a booty call. Have you?
No, well, I dated someone and I kind of felt like a booty call. we were dating, but it kind of felt like that's all he wanted to do was have sex. He's like, I'm available tonight until from 8 o'clock tonight till 7 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
really specific.
That's booty call for sure.
That is it.
yeah.
So did you guys go out on dates? Did you hang out and do other things other than have sex? Or was he just mostly like,
We went out to dinner nearby, you know?
yeah. And he's like, quickly, let's get back. I only have until 8 a.m. tomorrow.
Yeah. We did go to a concert, an Eminem and Rihanna concert. That's probably the funnest
Oh.
thing we did together.
That sounds really fun. I'm jealous.
But I bought the tickets.
Oh,
so.
oh, fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Both of the tickets?
Mm-hmm.
Was it his idea or your idea to go to the concert?
It was kind of both.
Both.
Yeah.
But he's like, you're paying.
I don't know why. I don't remember why I ended up paying, but yeah.
You know, I feel like I've done that before in relationships too, where it's just like, I want to do something fun. And I'm like, oh, this would be really fun. And then so I just like, I pay for it and I don't even think about it because it's like, okay, we're doing something fun together. Like,
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
if we're good and we're having a good time, then like, that's all I care
like
about.
my treat.
Yeah, my treat.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
But that sounds, that didn't last very long, huh?
Probably lasted about 4 months or so.
And did it end because it just felt like there was not a lot to the relationship?
Yeah, I was just kind of getting over it because I knew he was seeing other people. And at the time I started dating other people too. And I'm just like, hey, you know.
Then it really did feel like a booty call.
Yeah.
You're like, okay,
Yeah.
we're both seeing other people. There's nothing really here.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
At least he took you out though. I mean, because most booty calls will just be like, "Hey, come over."
Yeah,
And
bring a
that's it.
bring a
True.
pizza.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. I mean, we went out, but I mean, yeah. It was when I just got out of a long-term relationship too. So I was very vulnerable then, you know, and just
Yeah.
kind of, you know, it was nice to hang out with someone and not be alone.
Yeah.
So,
So it's kind of a little bit of a rebound for you too, like
Yeah.
getting your feet wet, getting back into dating, and then you're like, wait, I want something more than this.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you, Gary? Have you ever been a booty call?
Have I been one?
Yeah. Have you been somebody's booty call?
I don't think I've been one. I've had them before.
You had that. Well, I don't know.
I wish I was someone's booty call. I mean, that'd be cool. I would be fine with that. But no, I've had them. That's why I'm like, it's cool. He was nice and took you out. Because I've had girls where I'm just like, hey, what's up? You want to like hang out at like 10 o'clock at night?
Oh.
So,
And
and that's definitely like booty call because you know the difference where you're just like, hey, let's hang out. Like, we don't need to like go out or anything that much. We'll just like hang out at your house or my house. That is like full on booty call.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So how long did this booty call situation go on with? Or have you had multiple?
That was like off and on for like a while.
Yeah.
Like,
They usually are.
But it was never like, there was never any interest in it being more than that, right?
I mean,
Or
no,
was there?
not for me.
Yeah.
And I think, I don't know if she did or not, but I mean, I don't know. I just didn't see her like that, but it's just a long time ago also. So
You didn't see her like that. Isn't that funny? So that kind of sounds similar like the other guy's question. You know, he's like, oh, he sees this girl sometimes and they talk and they text and they've even hooked up, but he can't really tell, like,
Yeah,
is she
yeah.
really into him?
but you
Yeah.
don't see girls doing that all that often. Usually it's the guys, not the girls.
Yeah.
I mean,
The
I-
girl playing like the game. Usually it's the guy that's like, what do you want? I mean, the guy's usually like, I don't know what I want. Like, oh, let's just hang out. And like the girl's like, what the fuck? I want to be together. Usually, but I feel like for the most part, it's usually the guy that's kind of playing the fucking games. But
But
you never know, I guess,
yeah.
nowadays.
I feel
so.
like
Yeah.
things are a lot more equal, like in terms of who plays the games, who cheats, who
Yeah.
does this, who does that, like who works, who doesn't work. I feel like it's all just like pretty mixed up these days.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
But so what would we do in this situation? I think you just talk about it. If you don't want to be somebody's booty call, then you pretty much have to decide if you're willing to not see them anymore if they don't want a relationship with you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and
Yeah.
that's a tough one, and that people probably prolong that because they're not okay with the answer.
Yeah. Exactly.
I think you pretty much know really quick if you're kind of just like a booty call. I mean, you guys know. And
Yeah.
well, I guess Lenny
knew it.
knows.
I
mean,
did. I started liking the person. So then you kind of feel more attached, and then
Yeah, and
well,
then
maybe it'll be different. Maybe they'll change and they'll want to be with me.
Well, because
you
they
know what I
string you
mean?
along. You find ways to like
Yes.
string them along. It's like, no, I do
Yeah.
like you. It's like fucking games.
Have you ever been a booty call?
yeah, I have not.
No.
I've not been a booty call.
Have you
but
had one?
no, but I like that you asked that. Have you had one?
No, I have not either. That's funny.
But I know I have a lot of friends who've been in this situation where it's even more like a friendship situation where they just continually string them on, and every time they're not with somebody, they go back and end up having sex with this person. They're like, "Oh, I care about you, but you know how I am.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want a relationship."
It's a comfort thing.
It's a comfort thing, but it's really like detrimental to your mental health. I feel like
Yes,
to put
yeah.
yourself in this when you want something more.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like I think that you either have the conversation, or if you've already had the conversation, then you cut your losses and you go look for your person, not not to be somebody's booty call.
Yep. Agree with that.
Well, guys, we love it when you send us questions and stories.
Yes. Keep them coming, please.
Absolutely. And please rate and subscribe us on your favorite platform. We appreciate it.
Yes. Thank
Cheers.
you. Cheers.